In this video, we're gonna look at how you can build a free course funnel and how you can use it to sell your premium products. Hi, my name is Hanne from Thrive Teams, and this is Funnel Fastlane, where we look at existing marketing funnels and show you how you can create them using Thrive Suite. Today we're going to have a look at the Joel Grimes photography funnel. Now, the way I found this funnel was through paid advertising. So he is advertising this exact landing page on Instagram. And as you can see, it says today's special deal offer. Instead of $27, so we set the scene for how much this would be worth, it's now free. Now, this is pretty smart because instead of just saying that this is a free ebook, he's actually putting a price on it, which makes it feel more premium, makes it feel like you're getting a good deal. Now, to be very honest, watch out with this strategy because you have to make sure in certain countries it is illegal to do this if you didn't sell the ebook actually for that price. So depending on what you want to do, you might want to check on that. Now next, you can see that the rules of composition quick guide. So here, what I like about this is that this image makes the ebook tangible. It can be really hard to understand how valuable an ebook can be because it's just a PDF. But if this is like a real book, then you would value it more. So representing it, having this 3D representation and making it a real book is a really smart idea. Then we have a video explanation about what you will learn in this book. Again, some more show-offs of what's inside, what you will learn, who this guide is for. And then here, I really like this part or this section on the landing page because it gives you the benefits of what you will learn when you get this guide, which again is a really good strategy. It's a really good technique to make sure that people understand the value that they will be getting from signing up here. Now, testimonials, which is always a good idea. And then we have a note from the photographer himself, from Joel Grimes, and a final call to action. Now, if we click on this link, we go back to the top of the page, and here we can sign up. So let's put in our email address and see what happens. Right after signing up, we come to this upsell page. And as you can see, this is a very classical upsell page or tripwire page or whatever you want to call it. And we have this countdown timer on it. So it gives the impression that you only have 15 minutes to act on this amazing offer, which instead of $47 is now $9. Now, I waited and I know that nothing happens at the end of this 15 minutes, but it is still a good way to induce FOMO and you might be able to lift your conversions through this. So as you can see, then you have two options. You can either upgrade now or no thanks, I'm not interested in this right now. And we'll have a look at what both of those links do. Now, further on the page, we explain what the second ebook actually is, what you will learn, another timer, and then another call to action. Now, clicking on the Upgrade Now button brings us to a checkout page, which is a checkout page hosted on ThriveCart. So if you have access to ThriveCart, that is something that you can totally do from your Thrive Suite landing pages. And if you click on the No Thanks link, I'm not interested right now, and then you go to this page which says order complete, which I found a little bit strange. I would have expected get access to your free ebook or something like, hey, your free guide is now available. But I guess if we stay in the idea of it used to be $27 and now it's $0, having made a $0 purchase, let's say, that could make sense. The instructions are sent to the email, so we're gonna see what happens in the email. And then here on the page, there's another timer and another call to action, which is for a webinar. And this is the date today and the current time. So this is clearly an evergreen webinar. This is not a live webinar. Now, in one of the previous episodes, we actually looked at a funnel for an evergreen webinar. So if you're interested in how that works, go ahead and check out that video. Now from here, let's go to our email. In the email, we received this welcome email. It says, welcome to Joel Grimes Photography. Here's your login. And then we have a link, which goes to a really nicely designed login page. So this feels very premium. And while Joel uses Kajabi as his platform, we will show you how to do something very similar with Thrive Suite. Now here we're now inside the members area, let's say, and as you can see, we have something that's called My Products. And from there, we can go to the page, which says download a zip. Now, I'm going to be very honest, I was a little bit disappointed seeing that I had to download a zip file and that they made me jump through all these hoops just to download a zip file. This could have been on the thank you page as a download, or it could be sent by email. So it feels a bit weird to have to log into a membership platform to download a zip file. Now, while as a customer, this might feel a bit weird and a lot of effort just to get a zip file, from the point of view of the course creator, this actually makes total sense, because now I already have my email, I already have my login, I'm already on the platform. And as you can see, there's this tab that's called courses. So from here, I can see all the premium courses that are available, which makes it then super easy to go ahead and buy these, because that first hurdle of getting the login and logging in is already over. So while it makes it a little bit harder for new leads to get into your platform, it makes it much easier for new leads to buy. So when you take it from that perspective, it makes total sense. And that is one of the advantages of offering a free course, because then you have people on your platform and you can very easily upsell them in your premium courses. Now, if you want to learn how to create this funnel with Thrive Suite, then keep on watching.
In this video, you'll learn how to build a free course funnel step by step. Let's start by looking at a diagram of what we're going to build. Visitors will enter the funnel by visiting a landing page with an offer for a free course. The confirmation page is an upsell page inviting them to buy a paid course. If they decide to purchase the paid course, they will then go to the checkout page, and after the checkout page, they can go to the course page and start taking their courses. Now, if they decide not to purchase the paid course, then they will be taken to a confirmation for the free course. So this is a fairly advanced funnel because there's quite a lot to set up, but it's basically just two shorter funnels strung together. And then we'll also have two things to set up on top of that. We will have a countdown on the upsell page to encourage people to take action and buy the course, and we will also have to set up a free course in Thrive Apprentice. Let's go over the tech we will be using for this funnel. From Thrive Suite, we will be using Thrive Architect and Thrive Apprentice. For our email marketing service, we will be using ActiveCampaign. We will restrict access to the free course with Thrive Apprentice and WordPress. We will restrict access to the paid course with Thrive Apprentice and ThriveCart. And we will use ThriveCart for our checkout form. By the way, ThriveCart is not a Thrive Themes product. They just happen to have a similar sounding name. And one final thing, you will need to sign up for a payment processor. In this example, I'll be using Stripe. Now, there's one important thing to understand about the way we are setting up the free course in this tutorial. We are going to be setting it up by utilizing WordPress user roles. WordPress by default has several different user roles, such as admin, editor, subscriber, etc. Each type of role has access to specific capabilities. For example, admins have access to all parts of a website. Admins can add themes and plugins, as well as publish blog posts and design pages. The subscriber role can read posts and comment on them. Subscribers cannot change themes, they can't change plugins or publish blog posts. So the subscriber role is perfect for viewing content only and also perhaps leaving comments. So for the free course that we are offering in this funnel, when people sign up, we're going to have them create a WordPress user account as a subscriber. And the beauty of this particular funnel is when they sign up for the paid course right after that, they will already have their WordPress role created, and purchasing that paid course will simply grant them access to the additional course. So there's no need for them to create another account. Both courses will be available for them at a central location, which is your courses page. All right, so let's start building. Now, if you haven't created any courses yet, you'll need to create a course page. This page will display all of the courses that you offer. In Thrive Apprentice, go to the Settings tab, then go to General Settings. And if you've already created a page that you would like to use, you can simply click in this box and start typing the name of it, and the page will pop up. Or you can create a new page by clicking the Create New Page button, and then just give the page a name and click Add Page. Let's start building the first part of this funnel, the free course. The first thing we need to do is create it in Thrive Apprentice. So here we are in Thrive Apprentice. Let's go ahead and click the Add Course button, and let's give our course a name. I've gone ahead and added the words free course at the end, just so that it's a little easier to keep track of what's what in this tutorial. Now, because we do have a lot to set up today, I'm not going to go over all of the details of how to use Thrive Apprentice. For now, I'm just going to add a simple text lesson and publish it, and I'll publish the course just so that it exists and we can continue setting up the funnel. Of course, later you can go back and fill in the rest of your course material. Next, we'll need to set up our access restrictions. So simply go to the Access Restrictions tab, and you'll want to click on the Restrict Access button. We're going to come back to these two settings in a moment. You can go ahead and choose a restriction label if you like. You can also add one. I'm just going to leave this for only logged in users. And what we want to set is the WordPress role. So we're going to tick the box for subscriber, and you can go ahead and save that. Now, whenever you set up access to a product where someone has to log in, you also have to think about, well, what's going to happen if someone tries to log in when they haven't signed up yet, or what happens when someone who doesn't have access to the course tries to access it. And so that is what these two settings pertain to. You'll notice that both of these two settings for what happens when a guest tries to access the course without being logged in, and also what happens when a user tries to access this course without having access, they both say default site behavior. So you can set up default site behavior by going to the Settings tab in Thrive Apprentice and then go to Login and Access Restrictions. So under restricted content, this is where you can set that up for all of the courses on your site. If you have courses that are all included in one membership, these are the restriction access settings that you'll want to use. However, since we have a free course and a paid course, it makes more sense to set up access restrictions at the course level. That way, for the free course, we can direct people to a landing page, and for the paid course, we can direct people to either a sales page or maybe a page indicating that the course is not currently open for enrollment. But while we are here, one thing that we will definitely need for both of our courses is a login and registration page, so let's go ahead and set that up. Under Login and Registration page, just go to Create New Page, and let's give the page a title. Now, if you have an overarching name for your website or brand, you can add this to the name of the page. I will go ahead and call this Petra's Photography Login, and I'll just click Add Page. Now let's edit the page. So I'll just click Edit with Thrive Architect. As you can see, this page automatically inherited the header, top section, bottom section, and footer that I've set for my default pages in Thrive Theme Builder. Now, I actually prefer a very plain login page. So I'll go to Page Settings up at the top, and then I'll go to Visibility Settings. and then you can turn on or off the various sections. You can also show or hide the post title, and of course you can add any of the Thrive Architect elements that you think are relevant. Let's save our work and let's head back to our free course in Thrive Apprentice. So now you can set what happens if a guest tries to access the course without being logged in. So I'll click the Edit button, and now we can choose Redirect to Login and Registration Page. But you might have noticed that there are a couple of other options here. You can choose to display custom content, and if you choose this, then you can set up the content from within this box. And let's take a look at what the default custom content is. And you can edit that by going to Edit with Thrive Architect. You can also choose to redirect to a custom page, and you can create a whole new page by clicking the Create New Page button. And then you can edit that by clicking the Edit with Thrive Architect button. But for now, I'll just choose Redirect to Login and Registration Page. Now, as for what happens when someone tries to access the course without having access, again, you do have the same set of options. I think it's easiest to simply redirect people to a landing page where people can sign up for the course, but of course we have to create that page first. So we'll come back to the setting after we do that. Now it's time to start creating the actual funnel pages. For the first part of the funnel, we will need a landing page, an upsell page, and a confirmation page. Now, I always like to work backwards because it minimizes jumping back and forth between pages, so let's go ahead and create our confirmation page. In the Pages tab of WordPress, go to Add New, and you can give the page a name. I'll go ahead and publish this page, and let's launch Thrive Architect. Now I'll go to Pre-Built Landing Page, and then I'll go to the Hydrogen Smart Set. And now I'll choose the Thank You and Download template. One of the first things that I always like to do when I'm using a pre-built landing page is to change the colors for the page to match my branding colors. So I will go to the Central Style panel, and then you can click on Main Accent, and then you can choose a new color. And as you can see, that applied that color to many of the elements on the page. One handy thing you can do is have a link that takes your new students to their course right from this page. So let's go to Thrive Apprentice and let's go ahead and grab that link. In Thrive Apprentice, simply go to your course, and then under URL, click the copy button on the right and head back to your confirmation page. Click on the button, make sure that it says button in the breadcrumbs, then go to Animation and Action. And you may already have a link set up, so you can go to the Edit button and paste in that URL. And now you can customize the rest of your confirmation page. Next, let's create our upsell page. So again, we are in the Pages tab in WordPress, and I will click the Add New button. I'll give the page a name. I'll go ahead and publish it, and I'll click Launch Thrive Architect. I'll choose a pre-built landing page, and again I want something from the Hydrogen Smart Set, and I'll choose the Upsell page. What's most important on this page is we want to sell people on purchasing our product. But remember, this page will come right after people have signed up to get the free course. And so we need this page to give our audience a choice, either buy the upsell or decline. So therefore, we're going to need two buttons. One button to direct people to the checkout page for the upsell, and a small button or maybe a text link to decline. Now, we haven't set up the checkout page yet, so for now I won't set up a link for this button, but I will go ahead and add some text below it that just says no thanks, and then that text will take people to the confirmation page that we just set up. To add a link to this text, just highlight the text and go up to the text floating bar and click the link dropdown. And then in the URL field, just start typing the name of your confirmation page. and then select the name of your confirmation page and click Insert. And now you can go ahead and customize the rest of this page. Our final page for this section of the funnel is the landing page. So let's create a new page. Let's give it a name. I'll go ahead and publish that and launch Thrive Architect. Next, I'll choose a pre-built landing page, and I want the hydrogen smart set, and let's look for a good template. Let's go ahead and choose the lead generation page. Now, what's most important here is that we get our form all set up with the right integrations. So let's do that first. Simply click on the form, so that form is highlighted in the breadcrumbs, then go to the main options tab, and you're going to add connection. Then choose your email marketing service. If you have a specific mailing list, you can choose that here. If there's a specific form you would like to use, you can choose that. And if you would like to add a tag, you can do so. Then click Apply. Next, let's set up what page our customers will be brought to after they submit the form. We want to bring them to our upsell page. So under After Successful Submission, we want to redirect to a custom URL. And you can just start typing the name of the page and the upsell page should pop up. And finally, we will need to give our new subscribers access to the course in Thrive Apprentice. And as you recall, we restricted access to WordPress subscribers. So we'll need to add another connection. We do want the role to be subscriber, and I'll click Apply. And if you get this warning, that's totally fine. And then we need to add 2 new form fields. So I'll go to Add New, and you want to add a password, and you can type in password for the placeholder. We're going to make that required, and I'll click Apply. And I'd like to add 1 more field. So again, I'll go to Add New, and I do want to confirm the password. So under placeholder, I'll just type confirm password. Again, I would like to make that required. Okay, so you might notice now that this set of form fields doesn't appear very inviting. It looks like a lot to fill out. So what you can do is you can move this entire box toward the bottom of the page, and then you can concentrate your efforts at the top of the page on writing great copy. You can point out the value of the course and what people will get from it. And so then when people scroll down to the bottom of the page and see all these form fields, they'll know what value they're getting and the form won't feel quite so off-putting. So let's move this box toward the bottom of the page. All right, and I don't need this form, so I'll get rid of that one, and I'll center the form. When you're finished setting up your landing page, you'll need to go back to your course access restrictions and set up what will happen when someone tries to access the course without having access. So simply go to Thrive Apprentice and then go to your course and then go to access restrictions, and then under the second option where it says if a user tries to access this course without having access, simply click Edit. And then you can go to redirect to custom page, and then just start typing the name of your landing page. And then click Save. And finally, don't forget to publish your course. Let's move on to the second part of our funnel, the paid course. Now we already know that we'll need a checkout page and a course page, which we created earlier, but there's one more item that you need to think about. What if someone tries to access the course and they have not purchased it? In that case, what page do you want them to see? We can't really send them to the upsell page because that's supposed to be a limited time offer, unless of course that's where you want to send them, or perhaps maybe your offer is not limited. Well, for today, what we're going to do is simply set up a page letting people know that enrollment in the course is currently closed. And if they want, they can sign up to be notified when the course is available again. So in your WordPress dashboard, under Pages, you'll go to Add New. Let's give the page a name. I'll go ahead and publish it. And I'll launch Thrive Architect. I'll choose Pre-Built Landing Page, and I'll choose Hydrogen Smart. Then I'll choose the lead generation page. And now I'll simply adapt this form to say that the course is closed. Next, let's set up our paid course in Thrive Apprentice. So I'll go to the Add Course button. I'll give the course a name. If you want, you can give it a custom URL. And I'll type out a brief description. And at this point, I'll simply set up something basic so we can move on with the rest of the funnel. All right, under the Access Restrictions tab, you'll need to turn on Restrict Access. And let's go over these settings. If a guest tries to access this course without being logged in, well, we've already set up a login and registration page, so we can simply select that. And if a user tries to access this course without having access, well, we conveniently just set that up, so we can go ahead and specify redirect to custom page, and if you start typing the name of that page, it should pop up. Then click Save. Now for the restriction label, it might be a good idea to add a label so that people know whether or not they can access the course. Simply click the drop-down. If you don't see a label that you like, you can simply click the Add Label button and add a new one. And you can also change the color by clicking the arrow next to the flag and picking a new color. Then click the Save Label button. As for the products section, if you already have ThriveCart integrated with Thrive Apprentice, then you should see ThriveCart as one of your options. What's really convenient about using ThriveCart with Apprentice is that after initial integration, there's really nothing left to set up in Apprentice, and you'll see that we've left you a note here to remind you that the rest of the setup will be done in ThriveCart. So with that, we can simply click the Save button, and don't forget to publish your course. Next up, let's set up the rest of the pages we'll need for the second half of the funnel. Let's create the checkout page. So we're going to add a new page in WordPress. I'll give this a name. I'll go ahead and publish it, and I'll launch Thrive Architect. Now at this point, you can choose whatever kind of page you think will work best for a checkout page. And I would like the checkout page to be relatively distraction-free, so I'm going to start with a completely blank page. But I'm going to add it from the Hydrogen set, and I'll show you why. So I'll go to Pre-Built Landing Page, then I'll go to Hydrogen Smart, and I will look for the blank page in the Hydrogen set. What's really neat about using a blank page within a set is that any of the blocks that I add will automatically match the Hydrogen set, which is what we've been using for the rest of our pages. So I can just click the Add a Block button, and then I can add a testimonial. And now this testimonial will automatically match the look and feel of our other pages. Now you may have to change the main accent color, but that is relatively easy to do. So now I'll go ahead and set up the rest of the checkout page. The last thing I'll have to add is the checkout form, but we'll need to go set that up in ThriveCart. So for now, I'll just save this page as it is and we'll come back to it. Next, you'll need to set up your integrations in ThriveCart. Now, because we have a lot to cover in this tutorial, I'm not going to walk you through integrating everything, but I will mention them here so that you at least know what to set up. So you'll need to set up integration between ThriveCart and your payment processor, between ThriveCart and Thrive Apprentice, and between ThriveCart and your email marketing service. You can access your ThriveCart integrations by going to your profile picture, then go to Settings and View Integrations. And ThriveCart has excellent instructions on how to integrate each tool on that tool's page. Next, you'll need to set up your product in ThriveCart. So you can go to the products icon, click Create Product. We're going to set up a digital product. And let's give our product a name. If you want, you can give your product a descriptive label. I'm going to keep this in test mode, and now let's click Next. You can choose the currency for your product and then set the product price. For now, I'll leave the trial period at none, and we do not want to limit the quantity available, and I'll click Next. We do want a one-time payment, and we do want to only allow one purchase at a time, and I'll click Save. You do have the option to calculate sales tax automatically. However, your sales tax rules will probably differ from region to region. For now, I'm just going to leave this as it is, and I'll click Next. We don't need a bump on this product, so I'll just click Next. And then you'll need to choose your payment processor. And now I'll click Next. And I don't need any affiliates, so I'll click Next. All right, so here on the Fulfillment tab, we do have a few things that we need to specify. So for the support email address, you need to put in an email address where people can contact you if they have any problems. Under What Should Happen After Purchase, just click the drop-down menu and we're going to add them to a membership site. Under Select Your Membership Platform, we're going to select Thrive Apprentice. The name of your Thrive Apprentice site should automatically populate. And then make sure that you choose the correct course and the login URL. So this will be used at the bottom of the ThriveCart receipt that people receive in their email so that people can easily click a link and access their products. So I'm going to insert the URL of the courses page. Now, if you're not sure where to find that URL, you can simply go to your pages in WordPress and look for the page that is labeled with Thrive Apprentice Courses, and you can go to Quick Edit and find the slug. All right, so let's move on. When it comes to the checkout type, what we want today is an embeddable cart. This way we can embed the checkout form on a page where we have complete control over the header, sidebar, footer, etc. So now I'll click Next, and we can design the cart. So I'll click Launch Editor. So here's where you can design your checkout form. Now you might have noticed that there's only one information field here, and you might want to ask for more than that. So simply click on the form, and then you'll see options on the left. So you can ask for their name, you can ask for their location, their business name, you can ask for their phone number, you can ask for their address, And you can see that added fields to the checkout form. One other thing I'd like to point out is that right now this is a multi-step checkout form. So after someone clicks the continue button, then they will have the opportunity to put in their credit card information. If you want, you can change this to a single step checkout form, and then they can put in their credit card information right here on this page. Now let's talk about the page that people will see after they submit this form. So that would be the success page. Now, when it comes to the success page, you have two options. You can use the ThriveCart success page, so you can customize this page that we have here, or you can choose to send people to a custom success page. So in the drop-down over here on the left, you can redirect to your custom page. However, you should know that when you select this option, this will actually take people to whatever page you specified earlier as the login page. All right, so let's click next and next again. And we don't need to set up any tracking right now, so let's just click next. And we do want to set up a rule based on customer behavior, so click add rule. And now we can specify that when someone purchases a product, they are added to our active campaign email list. And you can actually specify whether you want to add them to a list or an automation, or you can simply tag them. I'll go ahead and click list, and you can specify which list you want, and then click save. And now we can just click save and get URL. And now we can simply copy this code by clicking the copy embed code button. And let's head back to our checkout page in WordPress. So here we are on our checkout page in WordPress. Let's go click the add element button. And you might be tempted to add custom HTML, but that's not actually what you want. What we want to do is we want WordPress content and drag that to the container where you want that checkout form to appear. And then you'll want to go to the text tab and then click inside that field and paste the embed code. And when you're finished with that, just click save. Now, if you don't see your checkout form appear, don't panic. All you have to do is click the Save Work button, and that will refresh with your new checkout form. Now that you've got all of your pages created, this would be a great time to go through your entire funnel and make sure that all of the buttons link to the correct pages. And one that we haven't set up yet is linking the sign up button on the Upsell page to the checkout page. So let's go ahead and do that now. So simply select the button, make sure that button is highlighted in the breadcrumbs, then go to Animate and Action. If you need to add a new link, simply click the Create Hyperlink button, or if you already have a link and you need to amend it, go to the pencil icon to edit that link URL. Next, let's add a countdown timer to our upsell page. So in Thrive Ultimatum, we're going to start a new campaign. We want to build from scratch, and let's give this campaign a name. Click continue. Let's choose a campaign type. We want an evergreen campaign. We do want this to be absolute, and we want the countdown duration to be the same for every user. For now, we'll just keep it at 1 day. Let's go ahead and activate lockdown. So when you activate lockdown, you really are limiting the amount of time people have to sign up. So after a specified amount of time, your promotion page will no longer be available, and instead people will see a course closed page. So when should the countdown start? It is when a lead generation form is submitted. And then you'll have to specify which form, so you can just start typing the name of your landing page and then click Save. Let's select a display mode. So we want this countdown to only show on our upsell page, so let's specify that. Let's go to Pages and then look for the title of your upsell page. And then go ahead and click Save and Close. And then under lockdown campaigns, let's go ahead and edit that. So our pre-access page will be the course closed page. Our expired page will also be the course closed page. You can go ahead and select your email service. and then select the actual promotion page, which in our case is the upsell page. If you're going to be emailing people to remind them of the limited time offer, you can go ahead and copy this link, and that's the link that you will send them to get to the sales page. Then go ahead and click Save. Next, let's create a countdown timer. So we want short code so we can display it anywhere on the page. The name short code is just fine, and I'll click Continue. So now let's go ahead and edit this design. You can go ahead and choose a template. And if you like, you can make some changes to this design. I'm actually fine with it, so I'll go ahead and click Save. And then back in Thrive Ultimatum, don't forget to start running your campaign. So now we need to add the countdown timer to our upsell page. So I'm on the upsell page now. Let's go to Add Element, and let's look for Ultimatum. We want the Ultimatum countdown, so I'll just drag that to wherever I want that countdown to appear. Let's select the campaign we just created, and shortcode, that is the name of the shortcode we created. So I'll click Save and Close. And there's our countdown timer. So that was a tutorial on how to create a free course funnel. Let us know down in the comments if you have any questions, and if you don't have Thrive Suite yet, be sure to go get it today so you can put together a funnel just like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.